match number 38 we go now over in League 2 with Mansfield, Stockport and Wrexham now in the playoffs, but MK Dons are right in the thick of things and could break into the top 3 this midweek. Who's going to take advantage? We'll take a little look next. Today we're taking a look at match number 38. That's right, in League 2, and we'll get to that in a second. If you knew where you've been, smash your subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for League 2 is right here as we get closer to another jam-packed EFL week. Of course, 2 double game week, double match week. Of course, what's going to go on in the playoff race with the likes of Walsall, Morecambe, and Wimbledon, all within striking distance of breaking into that Power 7. We'll take a look at all that and more in a second. Big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And again, if you do, hit the old subscribe button, boys and girls. We are running a little bit late. All right then, folks, let's take a look back at, of course, the results that did take place this past weekend. Kicking it all off with Accrington standing against Bradford City. Ended up with a 3-0 win for the Bantams. Big win for them, of course, as they try to make a light dash for those playoffs. Stanley in a bit of free fall at the moment. Meanwhile, Barrow did get a big fat win over Colchester United. 2-0 win for them. They're still in the thick of things for promotion as well. Doncaster Rovers picked up a monster win against Crewe, denting their automatic hopes. Of course, 2-0 win for them. I went the other way. Gillingham with the draw against Tranmere Rovers, 1-1 in the end. I went with a 2-0 win for the Gills, got that one wrong. Meanwhile, Morecambe did lose to Wrexham, 3-1. I went with a 2-1 win as well for Hollywood FC. Forest Green Rovers again continue to fight at the foot of the table, 2-0 win over Walsall. I went with a 2-1 win for them as well. Harrogate Town with a 2-1 loss to Crawley at home. I went with, of course, the hosts on that one. Mansfield Town with a 3-2 win over Swindon Town, 3-1 win in my eyes. MK Dons with a 3-1 win over Salford, 2-1 win for me. Notts County did lose to Wimbledon. Of course, they continue their recent run of form. 2-1 win in my eyes for Notts County. Stockport County back to winning ways with a 1-0 win over Newport County. I went with a 2-0 win. And Sutton United, of course, with a draw against Grimsby Town. Those, of course, are my pickaroos right here, right now. Take a look at the table as you can see it right here, right now. As you can see, big movers down the foot. Forest Green Rovers within a win now of getting out of the drop zone, of course. Sutton United still got a lot of work to do if they're going to get out of it. But, of course, at the top, it is Mansfield, it is Stockport, it is Wrexham going up with MK Dons, Crewe, Barrow and Gillingham in the playoffs for right here, right now. Now, I would do the roundup of the scores, of course, for you guys, but we are running a little bit behind time, so I haven't had a chance to do my bits and pieces, so I'll bring you bang up to date with that next time around. Don't worry, they're still there. I will just give you a booster, a major update. All right, then, folks, let's take a look back. I look forward, to these next round of games, which are kicking off on March the 12th. Now, I do believe this first game, one of these games may... No, different division, of course. Let's get cracking then without further ado. Bradford City against Forest Green Rovers coming at you over at Valley Parade. Of course, now these two sides have played each other 6 times to 2019. We got 3 wins for Bradford. We got 1 win for Forest Green, and there's been 2 draws between the two sides. Bradford, though, 3-0 win, their biggest against Forest Green, scoring 12 goals in total, averaging about 2 goals a game up against Forest Green Rovers with the 1-0 win, their biggest and only win. 5 goals scored in those 6 games, 0.83 goals a game on average. The Vegans coming at you with, of course, 3 wins in the last 6 games, just 1 defeat in the last 4, up against, of course, our Bradford City side, just 1 defeat in the last 6, who are 12th, 50 points on the board so far. Forest Green could get out of the drop zone with a win and everything else going their way. The previous match over at Bradford, or the last time they played each other at Bradford, was a 1-1 draw back in October 2021. That was in League 2. The reverse fixture over at Forest Green earlier in the campaign was a 3-0 win for Bradford, who are unbeaten against the Vegans over the past 5 matches. The odds here, 6-4 on Bradford, 11-4 the draw, 9-2 is your away win. We are back in, of course, Bradford City with a 2-0 win to boost their playoff hopes. Unlikely, but of course, still in the conversation. Colchester United against Doncaster Rovers coming over at Colchester. Now, these two sides have played each other 15 times, still in 4 wins to Colchester, 8 wins to Doncaster, 3 draws so far. Colchester, the big 3-0 win. Of course, they're their biggest, of scoring 18 goals in those 15 matches, 1.20 goals a game. Of course, Doncaster under, of course, Grant McCann, 3-1 win, their biggest, scoring 19 goals in those 15 matches, 1.27 goals a game on average. Doncaster's just 1 win, 1 defeat in the last 6. For them, they are cooking with of course, last late season flurry. 19th at the table, 43 points on the board against Colchester United side, who haven't won in the last 6 matches. 33% form for them. They are 22nd with 32 points on the board, and they could be in the drop zone if everything goes against them. Of course, last time around over at Colchester was a 3-0 win for Colchester back in November 2022. The reverse fixture at the Keepmoat back in November was a 3-1 win for Doncaster. In fact, the home side has not lost this game since Doncaster beat Colchester way back in August 2014 in League One. The odds for this one, 5-4, is of course you've got Colchester 5-2. The draws 21-10. Is of course your away win. Going to go with a 1-0 win for Colchester on this one. They are grinding, they are fighting, and they need a win right about now. Meanwhile, Crawley Town up against Notts County coming to over in Crawley. Both sides, both sides in a bit of chop and change kind of season. Really, Crawley doing A-OK. Notts County absolutely woeful right now. Played the 16 times, 2012, 3 wins for Crawley, 10 wins for Notts County, 3 draws so far. The biggest win for Crawley was a 2-0 win, scoring 17 goals in those 16 matches, 1.06 goals a game. Notts County with a big 4-1 win, their biggest, scoring 29 goals in 16 matches, 1.81 goals a game. Notts County just 4 defeats on the spin right now, looking pretty woeful. 17% form for them. They are 15th with 47 points on the board. Against the Crawley side, 11th for the table, 52 points on the board right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6, of course. Last time around at Crawley, it was a 1-1 draw back in April 2019. Of course, the reverse fixture this campaign was a 3-1 win for Notts County. These two sides also playing in the FA Cup this season, also a 3-2 win for Notts County. Again, the away side has not won this game since Crawley beat Notts County back in January 2018. But the odds here for this one, 70-10 is your Crawley, 11-4 the draw, 29-20 is your away win. I'm back in Crawley here. Notts County are in 3-4. Kicking on forward, Crewe up against Sutton United over at Gresty Road. These two sides have played each other 3 times in 2022. 1 win for Crewe, nothing for Sutton United, and 2 draws so far. Crewe, one and only win was a 1-0 win, scoring 3 goals in those 3 matches. It's a goal a game on average. Sutton, of course, scoring 2 goals in those 3 games, 0.67 goals a game. They are, of course, on one win in the last 6 matches. They are, of course, 33% form for them at the moment. They are 24th with 27 points on the board. Up against the Crewe side, back-to-back defeats for them, just 1 win in 4. They are 58% form for them at the moment and need to get back to winning ways. 5th in the table, 61 points right now. And, of course, the reverse fixture, the previous match was a 1-0 win for Crewe against Sutton United back in August 2022. The reverse fixture over at Sutton this campaign back in November was a 1-1 draw. The odds for this one, 5-4 on is your Crewe, 11-4 the draw, 10-3 is your away win, which of course is Sutton United. But back in the host here, 2-0 win for them, back to winning ways, and Sutton continue to decline. Walsall up against Barrow, of course, coming at you over at Walsall. Now these two sides have played each other 7 times in 2020, nothing for Walsall, 4 for Barrow, 3 draws so far. Walsall yet to get the win, of course, but they have scored 6 goals in those 7 matches, 0.86 goals a game. Barrow over the 2-0 win, their biggest, scoring 11 goals in 7 matches, 1.57 goals a game. Barrow, of course, under Pete Wild, 50% form for them right now, 1-3, lost 3 over the last 6. They are 6th with 59 points on the board against the Walsall side, who are 9th, of course, 5 wins of the last 6 games, 83% form for them right now. They are 54 points on the board. Last round over at the Bescott, it was a 1-0 win for Barrow. Of course, that was back in March 2023, around about this time last season. The odds, though, the reverse fixture, 2-0 winner was for Barrow in Barrow back in November. The odds right here, right now, we've got Walsall 5-4 for the victory, 23-10. The draw, 23-10, also your away win for Barrow. Going to go with a 1-1 draw. 2 teams, of course, trying to remain in that mix as, of course, the season tightens up a little bit. Meanwhile, Grimsby up against MK Dons, coming at you over at Grimsby. They have played each other 15 times since the year 2000. 4 wins of Grimsby, 5 wins of MK Dons, and 6 draws so far. Grimsby with a big 6-2 win, their biggest, scoring 22 goals in 15 matches, 1.47 goals a game. MK Dons 2-0 win, the biggest, scoring 22 goals in 15 matches, 1.47 goals a game heading into this one. MK Dons, though, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They're looking A-OK right now, 4th in the table, 64 points on the board against Grimsby Town side, 42% form for them right now. They are 21st, 35 points on the board, of course, unbeaten in the last 4 matches, of course. Reverse fixture, or the previous match, of course, was a what are we looking at here? A 1-0 win. The previous match was at Grimsby way back in January 2019. The reverse fixture was a 1-1 draw over at the Stadium MK way back in November. The odds for this one, 9-5 is Grimsby, 11-4 the draw, 13-10, of course, is your away win here. 2-1 win for MK Dons. They are cooking with gas. Meanwhile, Newport County up against Morecambe over in Wales. Now, these two sides have played each other 19 times since 2013. 6 for Newport, 9 for Morecambe, and 4 draws so far. Newport with a big 3-1 win, their biggest, scoring 23 goals in those 19 matches, 1.21 goals a game. Up against the Morecambe side, 4-1 win, their biggest, scoring 27 goals in 19 matches, 1.42 goals a game on average. Just 1 defeat the last 4 matches for Morecambe, 50% form for them right now. They are 10th with 54 points on the board. Against Newport County side, 33% form for them right now, 2 wins of the last 6. They are 13th with 49 points on the board as well. Last time around over at Morecambe, last time around over in Wales, it was a 1-0 win, a 2-1 win for Newport County back in December 2020. The reverse fixture, of course, in Morecambe, this campaign was a 2-1 win for Newport County way back in November. The odds for this one, we have 21-20 is your hosts. That's Newport, 13-5 the draw, 12-5 is your away win, which is Morecambe. I'm going to go with a draw here, point apiece. Who's right, who's wrong? We'll see about that. Of course, course, when we come back. Meanwhile, Swindon against Accrington Stanley coming at you over at Swindon. Now, these two sides have played each other 9 times, 2006, 5 wins for Swindon, 3 for Accrington, 1 draw so far. Swindon with a big 3-0 win, their biggest, scoring 16 goals in those 9 matches, 1.78 goals a game. Stanley, though, 3-0 win, the biggest, scoring 11 goals in those 9 matches. 1.22 goals a game on average. 4 defeats under spin, though, for Stanley right now. They are 16th, 46 points on the board against the Swindon Town side. Just 1 win in 6, 42% for them. They are 18th. 44 points on the board as well. Last time around, over at Swindon was a 3-0 win for Stanley. That was in League 1 back in November 2020. The reverse fixture this campaign over in Accrington was a 4-3 win for Swindon. Goals galore in that one. That was way back in November. The odds here right now, 5-4 on is your Swindon, 3-1 the draw. 3-1 is also your away win. Stanley also in a bit of decline. 2-1 win for them, for Swindon actually on this one. Tranmere against Mansfield, of course, coming at you over in Tranmere. Now these two sides have played each other 14 times since 2003. We've got 3 wins for Tranmere, 5 for Mansfield, 6 draws so far. Tranmere with a big 2-0 win, their biggest, scored 11 goals in those 14 matches, 0.79 goals a game. Mansfield, of course, table toppers. Of course, 3-0 win, their biggest, scoring 15 goals in 14 matches, 1.07 goals a game. 4 wins at the last 6 matches for Mansfield. They are 67% form for them right now. They are top with 69 points right now. Tranmere in 17th with 44 points on the board. Back-to-back games, though, without a loss. 42% form for them heading into this one as well. Last time around, over at Tranmere was a 2-0 win for Mansfield. That was back in February 2023. The reverse fixture in Mansfield back in November was a 2-2 draw. The odds right here, right now, 7-2 is your Tranmere, 13-5 the draw, 6-5 on is your Mansfield Town. Going to go with a shock here. 2-1 win, Tranmere taking the points, and of course, denting Mansfield's title ambitions. Into the final 3 we go now. It is Wimbledon up against Gillingham, of course, playoff crunch clash. This one played each other 20 times since 2011, 8 wins for Wimbledon, 6 wins for Gillingham, 6 draws so far. The Dons, of course, 2-0 win their biggest, scoring 28 goals in 20 matches, 1.40 goals a game. The Gills also with a 2-0 win, scoring 25 goals in 20 matches, 1.25 goals a game. Both sides on 50% form for them heading into this one. Gillingham are 7th with 55 points, of course, up against the Wimbledon side who are 8th with 54 points on the board as well. Last round over at Plough Lane, it was a 2-0 win for Gillingham. That was in the EFL Cup way back in August 2022. The last time they played each other in the league, though, over at Plough Lane was a 2-0 win for Wimbledon back in July 2022. The reverse fixture over at Priestfields, of course, was a 1-0 win for the Gills back in November. The odds right here, right now, we're looking at Wimbledon 6-5 for the victory, 12-5 the draw, 23-10 is your away win. We are backing Wimbledon here, 2-0 win for them. They got the bit in between the teeth, and they're going to keep on scrapping. Meanwhile, Wrexham up against Harrogate Town over in Wrexham. That's right, played each other 9 times since 2017. 3 for Wrexham, 2 for Harrogate, 4 draws so far. Wrexham with a big 2-0 win, scoring 10 goals in those 9 games, 1.11 goals a game on average. Harrogate, though, 2-0 win, the biggest, scoring 8 goals in those 9 games, 0.89 goals a game on average. Of course, on 17% form are Harrogate right now without a win in the last 6 matches, 14 for the table, 49 points on the board. Wrexham, just 1 defeat in the last 6, 67% form for them right now. They are, of course, 3rd in the table, 66 points on the board as well. Last time round over at Harrogate, it was a 2-0 win for Wrexham back in January 2020. The reverse fixture, actually, the last time they played each other in Wales, of course, was a 1-1 draw back in October 2019. The reverse fixture was a 2-2 draw in Harrogate back in November this campaign. The odds right here, right now, we've got Wrexham 3-1 on for the victories, 9-2. The draw, 50-2. Your away win here. 3-0 win for Wrexham on this one, taking the points and moving the chains, of course. And then wrap it up, of course. Bit of a weird one coming at you over on Thursday, March the 14th. It's Salford, it's Stockport, of course, and these two sides have played 11 times in 2016. 2 for Salford, 5 for Stockport. 4 draws so far. The biggest win for Salford was a 1-0 win, scored 11 goals in those 11 matches, 1 goal a game on average. Stockport, though, 5-2 win, their biggest, scored 19 goals in 11 matches, 1.73 goals a game. Of course, Stockport, 50% form for them right now, unbeaten the last 3, however, just 1 win in the last 5. They are 2nd, 66 points on the board, up against the Salford side, winless in 4, of course, 33% form for them right now. They are 20th with 40 points on the board as well. Last time round over at Salford in the league, it was in the outright normal league. It was a 2-0 win for Stockport way back in October 2022. The reverse fixture in Stockport was a 0-0 draw back in November. The odds right here, right now, we're looking at 16-5 your Salford, 11-10 on is your Stockport, 5-2 the draw here. Going to go with a 1-1 draw, points apiece, as all eyes will be on that one on Thursday night. That's, of course, my take, and if I am right, this is what the table will look like. Of course, heading out this game, it'll be Mansfield, it'll be Wrexham, it'll be Stockport, of course, hanging on for that automatic spot with Crewe, Milton Keynes, Barrow, and Wimbledon in the playoffs, with Forest Green and Sutton going down in a very, very tight relegation match. Of course, that's my picks. Of course, we'll bring you back up to date with all the business next time around. But until then, be safe out there and keep on predicting.